A most pleasant good evening live on the outskirts of New Brunswick, New Jersey, as we welcome you to the New Jersey Motor Speedway for qualifying for the final race of the 2025 season of the Mission BBQ Cup Series, qualifying for the Max Buchanan Foundation 500 here on the North American Sim Racing Network. My name is Trey Wright. We're about an hour's time away from getting things kicked off for the season finale for the 5th season of Mission BBQ Cup Series action here in the heart of the Garden State. There's a look at Alex Lozano in the number 11 machine heading out, but we have got quite a few drivers that have a chance of winning the championship here tonight. There is the man of the last week or so, Matthew Hubert, one of the many drivers that will have a shot at winning this championship here this evening. Hubert has a 5-point lead in the championship battle over the number 28 of Angel Gutierrez. No sign of Gutierrez coming on the pit lane there just yet. Waiting to see where that number 28 machine will pop back out. There's a number 28 of Angel Gutierrez coming out of the track. He's not out of his pit box just yet. We are here at the New Jersey Motor Speedway for qualifying. About 10 minutes to go here. A 10-minute qualifying session, an hour out of the race. 5 drivers have a realistic shot at winning the championship here this evening. Those drivers are Matthew Hubert, Angel Gutierrez, Campbell Marsh, Corey Case, and Braden Perez. Got 9 drivers with a mathematical chance of winning the championship. Those 5 are the most prevalent. Coming out here for qualifying. This is going to decide who is going to have a decent starting spot on the grid here this evening. Of course, everybody watching NR2003 content on the channel knows that for the final race of the season, we always broadcast qualifying live. There's a look at Campbell Marsh's number 31 machine. You got a brief clips at the 63 of Corey Case. With Campbell Marsh falling outside of the championship lead for the first time in 8 races. Currently sitting 52 points outside of a championship spot. We take a look at the standings down below with Matthew Hubert a 5-point lead over Angel Gutierrez, and that could quickly be either taken away or could be inflated depending on where these drivers qualify so far here tonight. Right now, highest running chase driver still with a shot at the championship, Brennan Wilmington, who coming into tonight's race is 179 points back. He is a dark horse to win the title. Caleb Rose, who was mathematically eliminated from the championship, is also towards the top end of the field. There's Carson Miller, who somehow after last week, we thought he did not have a mathematical chance of winning the championship. He is the last driver, the 8th and second to last driver on the inside. Potentially win this championship here tonight. Now it's Bradley Ream, top of the boards in the 2 machine. Perez and Wilmington trying to draft here down the back straightaway. Caleb Rose, a couple of cars in front of them. Rose, Lozano, and Esteban Lacer, the 3 chase drivers that'll be a non-factor. There is Angel Gutierrez right now on the board, as Danny Fallington will go to the top. Gutierrez at the moment currently running fairly deep in the field. He's running in 16th in the number 28 machine. Comparison to Matthew Hubert. Actually, we'll check in where Corey Case is. Corey Case deep in the field in 38th. Corey Case right now, he'll go down to 38th. Campbell Marsh, 33rd. It has not been a good couple of qualifying efforts there for Marsh, and Matthew Hubert, 23rd for car number 23. Still have plenty of time to go here in practice. Brennan Wilmington right now running in 2nd. Bradley Ream, who is 164 points out of a championship spot, running in 3rd. Of the top 5 in the points coming into tonight, Matthew Hubert, Angel Gutierrez, Campbell Marsh, Corey Case, and Braden Perez. The highest of that quintet right now, Braden Perez, who runs in 17th. Getting a look at a couple more drivers around here on track. So everybody racing their way around. Top of the board, still Danny Fallington. There's a look at Rogel Dorn. Dominated the Loves American Truck Series race here earlier on this week. See what he'll be able to do here in terms of getting a fast lap with about 6 odd minutes to go in qualifying. But Wilmington looking for another decent start in that 62 machine, but he will be starting on the outside lane here. But given how touch and go the last race was, and now Corey Case jumps up to 4th on the grid. So a flying lap. That last time around, now Campbell Marsh in the 31 gets turned around by the 00. He is hard into the inside wall. And Campbell Marsh upside down, getting wrecked in qualifying. You don't see that very often. Marsh going upside down. Fortunately, there is no tail end of the field penalty for wrecking here, especially when it was one of the championship drivers. But he will have to go to a backup car. He's going to be starting towards the tail end of the field anyway in the 31, currently running in 38th. And what can only be described as a late season collapse for Campbell Marsh over these last couple of weeks. To go back in the early part of the season, that 31 machine was the car to beat with 4 poles in the regular season. 3 poles only. But now here tonight and over these last couple of weeks, it is quickly starting to fall apart for the rookie. Thomas Troxel up in second, the car who Campbell Marsh went off the front nose of with 5 minutes to go in qualifying. It says 3 on the ticker. We've got about a minute and a half to go in bonus time after the fact. Matt Wolf, the New Jerseyan, still looking for that first win of the season. Back out on track in the number 31, looking where everybody is running right now. Fallington, Bradley Ream will come down the pit lane in the 2 machine. Fallington right now the pole sitter, looking for that second win of the season. Thomas Troxel would round out the front row. Brennan Wilmington, Corey Case would be in row 2. Bradley Ream would round out the top 5. For Corey Case, this is good. Potentially the best case scenario is Case coming into tonight 4th in the point standings, only 56 points back of Matthew Hubert. One car in the pit lane, that's Rogel Dorn in the number 27 machine. I think that 63 machine content on where he is starting right now. Angel Gutierrez, 13th. So he will be starting on the inside lane where things stand right now. Riley Sampson up to 31st. And I think everybody, all these drivers trying to put down some flying laps here. Looking for a good lap here is the 63 of Corey Case. Still in 13th is Angel Gutierrez, and we're already right back out track is that number 31 machine, but Campbell Marsh right now in 41st. He's going to get a good tow off the back end of Carson Miller, who is in 31st. Still 41st is Campbell Marsh. Trying to find that number 23 machine, but there is Braden Perez, currently 26th. Still 3rd is that number 62. And going down the order here to see where Matthew Hubert would be qualifying coming into tonight. It does not look good so far for that 23 machine. Don't see him a whole lot on the pylon. Trying to see where that he is currently in 30th for the championship leader. So right now the way things would swing, it would be Corey Case would have the points lead coming into tonight with about 2 minutes to go in qualifying. If the championship were decided based off of 1 lap, Corey Case would win the title. But again, we have never had a championship this close before. All of these drivers within 60 points of one another. That is only about 13 positions on the racetrack. Only 12 positions on the racetrack, I should say. And still waiting in the wings are Perez, Bradley Ream, Wilmington, Miller, and Sampson. Although Riley Sampson is going to need a miracle run to have a shot at the championship. Here's Gutierrez looking for one final lap here in qualifying. And he's down in 14th. He'll be starting on the outside lane the way things are shaking up right now. We'll have about 90 seconds to go in bonus time for qualifying. Corey Case will fall down the wayside a little bit. And yeah, it was Bruno Giacomo who put down a flying lap that last time by, and that's going to knock everybody down a peg. Everybody trying to get one final lap in order. By the looks of it, Danny Fallington will win the pole by 0.3 of a second over the 00 of Thomas Troxel. So everybody will get in one more lap down the back straightaway. I think that's going to help Corey Case immensely here. Starting in 5th, he'll be on the inside lane, and that will do it. So for qualifying, Danny Fallington will start on the pole position for the 2025 Max Buchanan Foundation 500. Thomas Troxel will start second. Brandon Wilmington, Bruno Giacomo, and Corey Case will round out the top 5. And looking at your 5 top championship drivers coming into tonight's race, of course, we see the 63 of Corey Case starting the highest of those 5 in 5th. Matthew Hubert will start towards the bottom, trying to see where Hubert will start. He fell down to 30th. So Hubert will start 30th. Gutierrez, I believe, will still be in. He fell down to 15th, so he'll be starting on the inside lane. So that's good for Gutierrez. Trying to make some headway on the back end of Corey Case. Campbell Marsh all the way down at the bottom, qualifying 41st. Still, it's a 500-mile race later on this evening, and then Braden Perez also having a substandard qualifying lap. He'll be starting in the 26th spot in that Hulu number 92. Bradley Ream will start in 6th. Brennan Wilmington will start 3rd. Carson Miller in the 8 machine, he will start towards the tail end in 31st. And Riley Sampson, the last of the championship eligible drivers, will be starting back in 32nd alongside with Carson Miller. But that's going to do it for qualifying here from the New Jersey Motor Speedway. In about 45 minutes' time, we'll turn them on and grid them up here for the final race of the 2025 season of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. The Max Buchanan Foundation 500 will get kicked off around 7 o'clock Eastern Time right here on the North American Sim Racing Network. Stick around for about 45 minutes, folks.